pages, and it says the third largest city in the world, or at least it used to 30 years ago. And I was thinking about New York City and the culture in New York City. I went to Great Neck, New York once to visit a friend when I guess I was in university. And her, Valerie, I think was her name. Anyway, she lived in a neighborhood, and the houses were built completely differently than they are here. Everything about her neighborhood was so different. I mean, except that they did have front lawns and they had houses, but the kinds of houses and the whole flavor. So the culture, right? The anthropology was so different than it is here. And I was thinking about all these different places where you can go and how different the culture is in all these different places. Like, for instance, I live in the woods. Not really in the woods. I live on the edge of the woods, on the edge of a field. But for me, that's life. That's where I live. And so my world revolves around inside the house or the weather outside. A little bit further afield, would be other artists and crafty kind of people, and my groups that I go to, and then church. But if I lived in downtown Ottawa, for instance, my life would be different. I was thinking about the Via Rail train just passed, and I was remembering taking the train and Amtrak and Grand Central Station. I was in Grand Central Station once. And it's very big. And then I was in a train station in Zurich too, which was very different. Those two train stations were very, very different. Of course, it mattered that I was speaking English and everything had the three Swiss national languages, which were French, German, and Italian. Anyway, none of which were English, as you can imagine. Anyway, so there's people that take the train to work every day. I've been on trains like that, like in Boston I was on a train. Maybe that was a bus. And they get in there and they do things all differently, like instead of just having their newspaper open and reading it, they had it folded in half so that they would look at a quarter of the newspaper at a time. Here's the geese. That's where the geese all went. Downstairs and out to the street. It's amazing to me that so many people have no cars. Around here, there's a bus strike on in Ottawa. And the university starts in a few days, and so the kids go back to university, but they won't have any cars, but won't have any transportation to get there. And people don't have transportation to get to work if they don't own cars. Now, if that happened in New York City, so many people don't own cars. What would that be like if there was a transit strike? I guess there's probably been transit strikes. Wasn't there just one in Boston, the MTA? Anyway, I was just thinking about these different snips of people's lives, how our lives are so different, the way we get to work, or if we don't work, what we do, and where we do it. We're all so different, and yet there's some threads of similarity through us. We all have to eat, we live somewhere to keep